Hi guys, my name is Morgan. So I'll be doing a tarot reading for you today. My intention is for this to be for the collective. Anyone who needs to hear this message will come across it. It is also going to be timeless. So whenever you are guided to watch this reading is when you are guided to watch it. Time is an illusion, it's not linear, and everything happens at every time for a reason. So let's get into it. Okay, what messages do I need to share today? What messages do I need to share today? Okay, so we have the Queen of Earth, or the Queen of Pentacles that came out upright. And then we also have the Messenger of Air, which is the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Earth, which is the Ace of Pentacles, and the Page of Air, which is the Page of Swords. So what I'm kind of getting here is that there's someone watching you, definitely with the Page of Air. I feel like there's someone in your energy, someone kind of keeping their eyes on you. But with the Queen of Earth, I feel like this is you. I feel like you're someone who is very put together. I feel like you're someone who just kind of knows who they are, knows what they're about. You're very stable, you're very abundant. I feel like you're in a really good spot right now, and I feel like someone's watching you, wanting to come in because they see what you got going on, and I think that they like it. With the Messenger of Air here, I feel like this is old patterns in your life that you're clearing out. I get that it's very, I don't know, I feel like you're very intellectual. I feel like you're very smart. I feel like there's been a pattern in your life that you've kind of recognized that needed, like something going on in your life that you kind of caught up with, you kind of caught on to. So I feel like maybe it was an old relationship pattern or like just something that you've noticed yourself repeating, but I feel like you've caught on to it and you were able to put an action towards it, like stop it in its tracks before it repeated again, kind of thing. So this could be in regards to dating. So it could be like, hey, I always notice that I date the same kinds of men and I always have the same outcomes. So this time when you meet that same person, you're like, oh, I know what you're about. I know what you're going to be doing. You're not pulling one over on me. I know better. Or this could be like spending habits too, with the Queen of Pentacles here and the Ace of Earth. So it could be like, hey, I noticed that I blow a lot of my money before I get paid again, and it's on things that I don't necessarily need or want, or like maybe I'm emotionally spending is what I'm getting, or like something like that, and you're putting a stop to it. With the Ace of Earth here, I feel like, or the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like there is a new opportunity coming your way. I feel like it's involved with this person, this Page of Air, someone who's watching your energy. I feel like they're watching you change. I feel like they're watching you evolve and watching you grow, and I think that they like that about you. I'll dive into their energy a little bit more because I don't know right now. I'm not feeling that it's a bad thing, but I just get the feeling that someone's watching you and they're watching you grow. And I think that that's always a good thing. You know, growth is always a good thing. So, but with this new opportunity here, I feel like because you're flushing out old patterns that you're making way for new patterns to come in your life, but I feel like they're more in line with who you truly are. I feel like they're more abundant. I feel like I get like good fortune with this too. So you might have some good luck coming in related to money. Maybe you'll buy like a lottery ticket and win a small something, nothing big that I'm getting, but maybe you'll win like $20 or like $50 or something like that. But like, I'm not saying go out and buy a lottery ticket, but I'm saying like, it'll be like a small win is what I'm getting for this. Okay, so let's dive into this Page of Air here. Tell me about the Page of Air. This person kind of lurking in the background. This could also be messages from like your spirit guides too. If you are a spiritual person, I feel like your guides are watching you right now, and I feel like they're going to be guiding you towards something good, or maybe giving you hints about this good fortune that's going to be coming into your life. Okay, we have the Judgment. So this is call in the deck, but with Judgment, I get that I feel like it's related to your patterns. I feel like this is, again, like you realized that I've been doing things that are destructive in my life, or that I've been doing things that aren't in line with me, and I feel like this is, to me, like a spiritual audit. So I feel like Like, you know how if you've ever worked in retail, you have like random corporate visits where they just like check up on you to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I feel like this is like spiritual though. So like, and because I feel like you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing, that's where this good fortune is going to come in here with the Ace of Earth. So I feel like this is like a spiritual audit. Like, oh, I see that you've been keeping up. I see that you've been making good choices. I see that you've been breaking old patterns. I see that you've been growing. So I'm going to reward you for doing what you're supposed to be doing. So this feels good. I feel like this is also, like, judgment can be like a rebirth in a sense. So like, I feel like you're like fresh and new. Like, I don't know, like you just, like, I feel like you're just walking a different tune, talking a different talk. You know what I mean? Like maybe you've had some things happen in your life and you finally feel like you're in a good place with that. Like something big, something bad could have happened to you. Maybe not too long ago, or maybe it has been a long time, but like it feels like you turn over a new leaf. Feels like you're getting over it. And it feels like you've reached a milestone in your healing, if that makes sense. And someone's noticing this about you. Interesting. Okay, tell me a little bit more about the Queen of Earth. Tell me about you. Tell me about your stability. Tell me about what you're doing. What are you doing? What are you up to? Tell me about what's going on with this Queen of Earth. Okay. We have the Page of Fire. So you could be starting new opportunities. I'm hearing club. So maybe you're joining a club or like an organization. Maybe you're deciding that you want to try something new, start something new, and you're taking the steps to do that. Maybe you've been called, or like maybe you received a call, or because pages can also be communication. So maybe you have a friend who's like, hey, I'm starting this new activity. Why don't you join it with me? And like, it's going to be something that you're really going to love and you're going to end up doing. Or maybe it's like you've decided that, like, I don't know, just random activities popped in your head, like, but I feel like you're being guided to do it. I feel like it's going to impact you spiritually, but like in a good way. I feel like, so if it's not a club, it could be like maybe you want to take up drawing, or like maybe you've just been feeling really creative and need an outlet, so you've decided to write poetry, or like maybe you're journaling, maybe I feel like you're doing something. But I feel like it's with the Page of Fire, I don't know, I'm getting, like, I know the Page of Pentacles is more like friendships. With the Page of Fire, I feel like you might be finding friends though. I feel like you might be finding other people with similar interests, or like people on your path that will help you reach a new level, or will just be a part of your life in a good way. It's kind of what I'm feeling with that. Tell me about these old patterns though. What's being cleared up here? What's being cleared up here? Okay, I'm gonna get two. What's being cleared up here? Or maybe if you haven't completely cleared it up, you're in the process of doing it. But I feel like that will still be rewarded because it was a step you were guided to take. So we have the Seven of Fire and we have the Four of Earth. So with the Seven of Fire, I feel like you're standing up for yourself. You're creating boundaries in your life. I feel like this is like, I'm getting a little bit of devil energy here with this too. So I'm feeling like maybe you're ending some codependency, you're ending some addiction, you're putting a stop to something that has no business being in your life is what you realize. Like, I kind of get like solar plexus chakra energy with this. So I'm feeling like you're standing up for yourself. I feel willpower. I feel like a decision that you decided, like it's been a long time coming is kind of what I'm thinking, or like a pattern that you're like, you finally snuffed it out. Like the last little remnants finally got snuffed out and you're standing in your power here with the Seven of Fire. The Four of Earth can be holding on to things. Like it can be a greedy energy, but I'm not really getting greed with this, but I feel like it's like keeping something close to your chest. So I feel like maybe if you've had like a trauma or experienced some hardship, you're finally opening up about that, and you're like not letting it, like you're releasing the shame that has come with that. But if this is what's being snuffed out, I feel like this holding on to, like you're letting something go here, something that needed to be let go. Like I feel like Sorry, my hair is really bothering me. But it's like, I don't know, something that you've held on to for a long time, but you're letting go of it. I feel like it's like, maybe it's like a comfort item, or like maybe it was like something you did for comfort, like maybe like an old blanket, or like an old pattern that used to bring you comfort, but now it's no longer bringing you comfort. It's bringing you pain now. So you're releasing that though. So maybe it's like an old habit. Maybe, as I said, I was feeling double energy with this. Maybe it was like a drug addiction. If it's not drugs, maybe it's like emotional eating, overeating, or maybe it's like spending money on things that you're not supposed to, or like maybe it could be gambling, or it could be overindulging in some way. But you're realizing like, oh, I only do this because it makes me feel better when I'm sad and I need the dopamines, but there are other things that I could do to get the dopamine instead. And that's maybe why you're starting this new hobby or new activity. Like instead of spending money on things I don't need, I'm going to be, you know, biking or hiking, or still getting that release, but in a way that's healthy and constructive for you. So kudos to you if this is what you're going through. I just saw 1111. I feel like it's like you're being guided into a healthier direction on your spiritual path, and that's what needs to happen for you. Tell me about this opportunity and this like this luck, or this, I feel like it's a gift, or like maybe you might be given something by someone even, or like, has that ever happened to you where like, I don't know, you're just vibing in a really good energy, and then someone's like, hey, I just thought about you and I thought I'd get you this, and you're like, heck, well, thank you. Like, that was really nice and thoughtful of you. So maybe it's something like that. But I feel like, but I also feel like it could be an opportunity too. Like maybe a promotion at a job, or like someone like, but since you're being recognized here, because remember, this person's watching you, maybe you'll get some really good feedback at work, but like it'll elevate you to perform better, or like, maybe someone somewhere will just come up to you and be like, hey, I've been watching you and I've noticed this about you and I'm so proud of you for doing what you're doing. Like, you're doing the hard work, and like I see you growing, and I just wanted to let you know that. Like, but I feel like if someone random tells you that, it's from God. I feel like it's like a little spiritual snippet being like, hey, you're doing the right thing, you're doing good, just wanted to let you know, keep going in this direction. But tell me about the Ace of Earth here. So we have the Eight of Pentacles. So it definitely could be related to a job, because this is like taking on new projects and apprenticeship and really like honing your craft here. And we also have the Chariot. So with this being a major arcana, like this feels like it's going to take you to a new level. So this definitely could be a promotion at a job, or like maybe you get a raise, or maybe you get both, like a promotion that comes with the raise. So you get new responsibilities, but I feel like it's just going to help you move forward. Like, I feel like this is very like clearing out the past, bringing in the new. I'm on a new level in my life, and this is what this means. So with the Eight, if it's not related to a job, with the Eight of Pentacles, it could be a new opportunity that you'll have, something like you'll have to work towards, but it's not like work in a bad connotation. I feel like it's something like you, like if you're used to running 1 mile, now you're going to run 2, and it's going to be super easy for you to do. Or like if, I don't know, like I feel like it's just taking it to the next level where you get the opportunity for growth here, and I feel like you take it and you run with it, but it's a good thing. The Chariot is very victorious. This is very good energy. It's very fast moving. It's also Cancerian energy. So you could have Cancer in your chart. But I don't know, it just feels very good. Like, but I'm also getting a tint of like love here, which is really interesting because there's no like water out here either. So maybe this opportunity is making you more romantically attractive, or like you've been, I feel like you maybe you've been working on yourself for a while. Maybe you've been single for a little bit, or like you're in a place where you're like, you know what, screw dating. I'm just going to focus on me. And when it comes, it comes. And I feel like it's coming. Like I feel like this new opportunity, it's like, you know, dominoes, how like one falls and they all like just kind of fall. Like I feel like it's like a catalyst for something new that's coming in for you. But if you're not interested in love right now, or if you're already in a committed relationship, I feel like it's maybe taking your relationship to like another level here. And usually the Chariot is not like connotated with, I mean, it's victories, it's leveling up, but like, I don't know, I'm just getting something like in the background that like, with the Eight of Earth, it's something that's being like worked towards. So like, if you're dating someone right now, maybe you guys are starting to talk about taking your relationship to the next level. Maybe you're talking about moving in together or having that talk about marriage. But I feel like I don't think I'm predicting that. I feel like you'll know it's for you if you're starting to have these conversations with your partner. And if you're just single, I feel like love is coming your way. Interesting. So let's dive into that more. So maybe it's also this person too that's watching you. Tell me more about this person who's watching. It might not, it could be for some of you, but I don't think it's for everyone. The Seven of Water. So with this, to me, it tells me there's many different storylines, but I feel like the world is your oyster right now, is kind of what I'm getting with this, because the Seven of Cups is options, but it's also like confusion. But I feel like, I don't think that you're confused. I feel like this is just an abundance of opportunities that's coming your way. I feel like it's not like with the dominoes, it's not just one thing that's happening. It's like have you ever heard that like good things come in threes? So maybe like, you know, you get a promotion, you get a new job, and then I don't know, something else really good happens to you. Like someone pays for your coffee at Starbucks or like something like that. Like just something little, but something good. But I feel like with the Seven of Air, I feel like there's many possibilities here. Like I feel like you're not limited. I feel like, to me, it feels like all good things can happen and they will happen if you want them to. And I feel, it kind of feels like if you've been spreading your energy in like multiple different directions, it feels like good things are happening in all of them. So like, if you've been focusing on your career and like good things are happening in your career, but if you've also been dating someone, maybe something good will happen there as well. So it feels like, it just feels like I get like a fan, like, you know, those like fans that were you just like, like it feels very like fanned out. It feels like spreading, but it feels like spreading good. Interesting. So I also get maybe someone might have ADHD. That's weird, but like their mind is focused on a lot of different things. That may be for someone, maybe a confirmation. I have ADHD, so like I get it. But I don't know, it just feels like your energy is kind of spread out. But I don't think like that's a bad thing. But I think that the more you focus in on something, the farther you could take it. Than spreading your energy thin and having it go in a lot of different directions. But maybe that means it's time for you to pick something, like pick one thing rather than focus on everything at once. Like one thing needs to be tended to. But tell me more about this person. Well, tell me more about, not just this person, but tell me more about this love that's coming in. Like I feel like a lot of you have been single for a while, or like you've gone on a spiritual journey or like a healing journey and you've kind of like thrown away dating for a bit. But I feel like it's coming back up for you, or like now is the time for it to come back up. So we have the Nine of Air, okay, with the World here as well. So maybe you're feeling anxious. Maybe this is, I feel like a past energy with this Nine of Air, which is the Nine of Swords. So like maybe, like I feel like in the past, you have had a lot of struggles. Maybe you've been in an abusive relationship. Maybe you've been with someone who really sucked, and not just sucked, but like sucked the life out of you, where you felt like you were a shell of a person by the time you were done with them. And it left you with a lot of hurt. It left you with a lot of wounds. It left you with a lot of trauma. I feel like that with the World here, I feel like that cycle is coming to an end. I feel like you're healing this, and if you're in the process of healing this, you're doing a good job and you're right where you're supposed to be. But I also feel like like the end is coming of your healing journey, which I don't think you're never really truly healed, but I feel like the work that needs to be put in regards to healing from your last relationship has been put in, and I feel like you've been doing a good job with it. And because like the Nine of Air is like being afraid to trust, being afraid of being hurt again. It's like replaying events over and over again. But I feel like if you're currently doing this, now is your time to really step into your healing. Now is your time to know that, it doesn't have to be this way forever. It doesn't have to hurt this way forever. Not everyone's going to hurt me like this person hurt me. Because I get that this person was really calculated. I get that they were really intentional and they wanted to hurt you, and they wanted to hurt you on purpose. Just know that not everyone is like that. But you will now know the signs of what to see to determine when someone is like that. And when you know those signs, I don't think you'll be wrong in that regard. But be careful not to be over vigilant, where the slightest thing really sets you off, kind of like trigger happy in that regard. And if you're in that place, it does get better. And I would really encourage you to talk to someone about that, like whether it be a trusted person, like a parent, like a mom maybe, or a therapist, because you can heal from this, you can overcome this, and good things will happen in your life again. Just know that, like, I'm getting like a dark night of the soul, or like I feel like this was a heavy experience, and it taught you a lot of lessons. I feel like you learned a lot from it, but just take that with you in the future, and just know that you're never going to put yourself in a situation where someone's going to hurt you like that again, because you know better now. And but with the World here, I feel like this is the closing out of this cycle. Like I feel like you're in a good spot. Like you've been putting in work, good things are happening to you now because you've grown, and because you've put in the work and it's paying off. And I feel like a sense of peace with the World here as well. Like it feels very peaceful. It feels very like, I feel like you're stepping into a new era of your life. So you may be guided to like change your appearance in some way, because like I know for me, whenever I'm in a new phase of my life, I like change my hair, buy new, not necessarily all new clothes, but like I change my style a little bit because it like I just want to look different because I am different. So maybe you're being guided to do that as well. But like with the World, like I'm getting peace, joy, happiness, no more sorrow. Like, I mean, life is full of sorrow and it's going to happen, but I feel like it just feels like you're in a good spot, and it feels like good things are coming, and it's something to celebrate. It's something to be joyous of. And also maybe traveling. Maybe you're going to be taking a vacation for the holidays, maybe traveling to see family, or like a whole new world. Maybe you're traveling somewhere you've never been before, taking a vacation, or like, maybe, I don't know, I'm just mostly getting a cycle closed out with this, and then it's starting a new one, but a new, better one, something that's great and something that's awesome. I also get that your new person won't be like your old person. I feel like they'll be much better, and they'll be more in alignment with you. They'll be a lot more peaceful. And I feel like your relationship won't be as turbulent as it was with this past person. Which is all we can hope for, right? That we don't end up with someone who hurt us again. And that's what happens too, if you don't take the time to heal from your past experience, especially if it was an abusive one. Because like you're, like right after you leave that abusive relationship, if you don't take the time to heal, if you don't take the time to do the inner work and like, figure out what led you in that spot to begin with, then your chances of ending up and just hopping into another one are like sky high. And I mean, I know this because it happened to me. And I've also done a lot of like research about it, but like, I feel like your new person is not going to be anything like your old person. And a lot of you were like, yes, thank goodness, which I mean, I feel like they're more put together. I feel like if your past person wasn't put together, if they were kind of like a bum, or they were someone who you had to take care of, like I feel like this next person, not necessarily that they're going to take care of you like in like a caregiving kind of way, but I feel like they'll be all that you need. Like they'll be financially stable. They'll be someone who can pull their own weight to where it's not just you doing all the work in a relationship, because I feel like that was what it was like for some of you. Where you were stuck, but like 10 of Wands energy, like carrying the burden, and they were just like they just couldn't be bothered to do it with you. But this next person will have no problem sharing. Like, sharing is caring, and I feel like they care, and they're going to care a lot. Let's see what else comes out. Other messages in regards to this situation. Okay, we have the King of Air. So I feel like this might be your person, or the new person that's coming in. I'm getting astute. They might be very astute, or like they're someone who is very logical. They're more mind over heart. They tend to do the things that make the most sense. Like, they're very common sense. I'm hearing law, so maybe they work in law, or like law enforcement, or like something that has to do with law, like, or laws. So that could be, I'm getting like retail manager, but like, I don't know, I feel like they enforce some kind of rules or something. But I feel like they're also someone who lives by rules. I feel like there's someone who knows right from wrong. And I feel like I'm hearing like moral compass. So I feel like there's someone who's very moral, or someone who has integrity and takes that very seriously, which is a win in my book. This is a good person. I get good energy from this. So maybe, I get you might already know them. So, especially if there's someone that's watching you. There are some people you might not know this person, but I feel like most of you already know them. And like, they could be a dad. But that's not going to be for everybody. Or they could be, or they have, like, it's not that they're a dad, maybe they would make a good dad, and they have good fatherly instincts, or maybe they had a dad who raised them right, kind of thing. Or maybe they have a good relationship with their dad, something about their dad here. Or like, maybe if this is your partner already, you'd know that they'd make a good dad because you've seen them interact with other people's children. Or if you have children of your own with this person, then I feel like he's been a good dad. But this is someone who is very of the mind, but that's not always a bad thing. I feel like emotionally, they may not be the most intelligent person, maybe, but I don't think that they mean to hurt you. I don't get that. I don't get malicious with this energy. I feel like they're very like, oh, I didn't mean to say that because I was just thinking, like, it just kind of came out. I wasn't thinking about what I said. I didn't realize that would come off in a way that would hurt you. Like, I'm sorry I said that. But like, I don't know. There may be someone who just kind of like speaks their mind, or like speaks without thinking too much. But I feel like the King of Swords is someone who does speak, who puts a lot of thought into where they speak. So maybe but I mean, everyone slips up every once in a while. So maybe you've caught them slipping up and you're like, but they've apologized for it. So you realize, oh, they're a good person because they can recognize when they did something wrong, or like when something went wrong, kind of thing. And then, I don't know, it just feels really good. It just feels like, I feel like you had a rough go in it, and I understand that because, I mean, life is full of ups and downs, but I feel like you've been down for a while, but I feel like you've been climbing the mountain. Like, I feel like you've been on the up and up. Like if you kind of stopped now and looked back at how far you've come, I think you'd be very pleasantly surprised, and I feel like you'd be proud of yourself, and you should be proud of yourself because I feel like you've come a long way from where you have been. And you know, just keep hustling on that journey, but you're doing good, and you have new opportunities coming in your life. You will be rewarded for it. I'm going to get an advice card from the Moonology deck. These are really nice because I like the energy because it's like sign related and different phases of the moon, and I always feel like it's good to use, like, it's a way, I don't know, I'm not making sense, but I feel like it provides good insight, and I really like the messages of these cards, so I feel like guided to use this for advice for you. But also let me know in the comments if this message resonates, because I'd love to hear from you and see how I'm doing, or see how you're doing, you know, let's talk about it. But what advice do you have for people going through this situation. Okay, we have South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. So I feel like this is also about, you know, like everything that ever happened that led you up to this point right now. Just like stop and think about it. You know, you had some old patterns in your life, but you're changing them. You're realizing that this is not who I am. This is not in alignment with me, and it's going to stop, and you're stopping it. So carry that energy forward. And remember, your past does not define you. I also feel like for somebody, maybe if you had like a really bad traumatic event, like something where like you feel frozen in time because of this event, and you've started to heal from it, but you're not completely healed, but like you're in this like weird limbo where you keep coming back and forth, where you have good days, but then like you think about it, and then it gets you down for a little bit, and then you're fine for a while because it doesn't come up. But like those moments, and you might feel shame from it, but I feel like that shame is dissolving for you. Like I feel like you're coming to the point where you realize that it wasn't my fault. Or that like if someone did something to you, you realize that it's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them, because they are responsible for their own actions. I don't have to carry that with me anymore. It could be like childhood trauma, or like an assault of some kind. Take it how it resonates, but I feel like you're no longer being defined by it anymore. I feel like you're saying my traumas do not define me, they do not impact how I see other people in the future, and they will not prevent me from moving forward and having good things in life. So powerful, very powerful. I feel like you're going to a good spot, and you know, healing sucks. Like I'm gonna be honest. The journey sucks and it's hard, but it's so worth it. It's worth every step that you take. And I feel like you're starting to reap some of the benefits of doing this. Like I feel like something good is coming your way because you're changing your life, and the things that no longer serve you are no longer going to serve you anymore, and you're growing above that. What else do we have advice wise? I also feel like you may be leaving a friend group behind, or like leaving people from your past behind because they don't fit in your life anymore. Like I feel like you've outgrown them, but it's okay to let them go, because you know, like people are either going to grow with you or they're going to grow without you, and sometimes you have to say goodbye. And then we have full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is in the forecast. So yeah, I feel like it's, like I said, something good's coming your way, and be ready for it when it comes. And remember, good things come in threes. So it's not going to be just one good thing. It's going to be three of them. It's going to be like, you're just going to be like, Lord, thank you. I've been blessed. Like, but also, again, if you're religious, and like that religious can be in any way, shape, or form. Maybe you're more spiritual than religious, but like make sure you show gratitude to your higher power, or whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in. I'm also getting like just take a moment to say thanks. I feel like a little gratitude will get you a long way, and it's important to be thankful, you know, because I feel like maybe it's not that you haven't been thankful in a while, but it's that like I've just been going at it so long. Like I feel like it's time to be mindful. It's time to kind of just take a moment, pause, maybe meditate a little bit, breathe, and just like be in the moment and be grateful for how far you come, and just be, and it'll be good. But I also get with the win-win forecast, like maybe like an argument that you've had with somebody is coming to an end, because that's what this card could mean. Or it could also, since Libra is about love and relationships, maybe you might be meeting someone new, or maybe like it's just like good energy, or like a peaceful resolution. So, but basically just like a win-win situation is going to happen. So maybe something, I don't know, just something that you meant to happen, but like an unexpected benefit is going to happen along with it as well. But that is the messages that I have for you today. If it resonated, If it resonated, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will have more videos out here soon. I'm just kind of getting started and seeing what's going on in the collective. And I think I'm going to do sign videos as well. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, if this resonated. But thank you so much for watching and tapping in. Love and light to all. But thank you.